Hi, my name is John Nupp. I'm the founder of Backwoods Innovations and the designer of the camera arms that we produce. I'd like to talk to you about today is a new arm we're coming out with for 2011. It's a little late out of the gate, but nonetheless, we're going to get it out in time for you folks the hunting season. I want to show you just a couple of new toys we made and a couple of new improvements we made to our arm. We've had a lot of interest in folks emailing and calling, wondering about the new arms and when they'd be available. And I believe that date's September 15th. Right now, that's what we're shooting for. We believe that's going to be okay. So with that being said, let me show you just a little bit about the new arm. So what we've done new for 2011 is we've added a second V bracket on here, top and bottom now, make it a little bit more stable. We've went to a solid block in the arm for the threaded rod instead of what they call a rib nut, which only gives you about 3/4 of an inch thread. This gives you a full 2 inches of thread to help stabilize that bottom of that arm. It works much, much better, much more effective. We've also went to, one thing I'm most excited about, I suppose, is we went to a new handle design all the way around on the arm. Everything is a one-piece machined aluminum arm now, camouflage, so there's less black in the tree than ever. Never been a real fan of solid colors in a tree. I believe camouflage is obviously the best way to go to help blend in. When you're a camera man or a hunter in the tree, there's so much product in the tree when you're trying to do that, whether it be one hunter or two, a hunter and a cameraman. It's really difficult to blend into a tree, and anything you can do to help disguise that is a great big help. So with that being said, we camouflaged those handles, and there was a considerable cost added for that, but the overall cost of the arm for the end user is going to be about the same. So with that being said, we went to a 2-strap hole situation for our strapping. We believe after a couple years of use now that the 2 straps is plenty. We do recommend a ratchet strap on the top side and a zip strap or zip buckle on the bottom. And it holds it very, very, very well. Another improvement we made this year was we welded these, what we call compression discs. If you look at these, we welded these compression discs, one to the main and one to the C bracket, which is the beginning of the arm. And the idea behind that is twofold. One, now, it's actually threefold, excuse me, is the fact that you could actually disconnect this arm from the tree and just take the arm out. So now, all you have to take with you when you leave the tree is the main part of the arm. This can stay in the tree, which if you're hunting the same tree the next morning, it makes it much simpler to get in and out. Now, you don't always know with wind and stuff what you're doing, but some of us, we just got a good feel for a good spot and during rut, and we know where we like to be, or you can have a couple, 3 of the main set out in your favorite trees during rut, and that's makes it much simpler for you. So basically, that's one of the major improvements, and that's a huge benefit. We were asked by several folks in the industry to make a solid plate that can go in the tree and the arm can be just attached to. So now when you're hauling it into the tree, the only thing you're going to be carrying is this piece here, and we'll show you that once we get it mounted on the tree. If you notice, again, the solid handles here, all machined aluminum handles, to keep the weight down and make it as user-friendly as possible. We went to a single handle instead of a dual handle. We just basically installed a rib nut in the bottom, threaded, and the handle now just attaches here. And you can stiffen it up as you want. You can see it's very stiff now, and then break it loose for free movement. It's very simple, very easy. One-hand adjustment, so if you're filming with one hand, you can adjust the tension of the arm with the other. As we all know, you don't always have them 100% set, different situations, especially if you're filming by yourself. If you're filming by yourself, you've got to get that arm set into a position, and it's going to stay. When you think the shot's coming up, you got to move it into position and get yourself ready. So, nice about this is you can just reach over and adjust that a little bit tighter and hold it in place, no problem. Do all that one-handed instead of 2 now, and much better situation. Again, here we went to a 7/16 rod on the bottom instead of a 3/8. Found it being just a little bit more rigid, a little bit more solid. It just, a couple things that, concern from the last was, with a single pivot point on the bottom, we were getting just a little bit of movement in the bottom of the tree or the arm, when the camera was on it. It wasn't a lot, but it was a little, so we fixed that concern with another V-bracket on the bottom, and then we also went to a 7/16 rust, so that if you are moved all the way out on a very crooked tree, you know, if your tree's laying way back, and, you know, and you've got to, or way forward, and you've got to lay that arm way out like this, and bring that T-handle all the way in, then you don't get that movement because that rod's sticking out there so far. It helps stabilize that arm. It helps quite a bit.